What is up? We're live yet again. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Hopped Up Beer Review live stream. 2 nights in a row. We are seasoned veterans at this now. There will be no hiccups.
So why did that show the intro twice?
Because I put it on a loop. So I wasn't sure,
No.
still working out the
Never
bugs.
ending.
Working out the bugs.
No start, no beginning, just constantly going.
Let it roll. Just let it roll.
Circle of life. What does that the little live part? I'm gonna push this up right here.
Yeah.
Does it look like a looks like one like a pill, but two, it kind of reminds me of like the Nintendo Switch that when they come together, like the little controller things.
You're thinking of like Dr. Mario?
Well,
Nintendo again?
Dr. Mario from a long time ago, yes, the ripoff of Tetris.
Yeah,
but no, I was not thinking Dr. Mario. But now that you mentioned that, yeah, I was thinking of two separate things. Now you found the link.
They come
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
There we go.
You just did it. Way to go! It was Dr. Mario.
Yeah. Andy in the attic is here. I am Ben. Jay is still on assignment. Still up somewhere.
Evidently, where he's stuck due to the weather, doesn't get internet or beer.
I'll let you continue down that path. But
I'll stick. Jay, tell us what's going on.
Yeah. So we are not reviewing again this evening. So we decided to pop on live stream and have another beer. So
yeah, I can't work, so I get to stay up late.
There you go. That's the only reason we're streaming. Once you go back to work, the stream ends.
Right? We're not gonna be doing live streams on a work night. Yeah. I got to get up early.
So if you're out there, if you're enjoying these, this is the time.
Nobody's enjoying.
This will not happen come next week or anything. So Andy goes back to work. All right. So I have got a beer and then a backup beer that I'm going to have tonight while we're here chatting. I got this one for my birthday. Never had it before. Xmas pickle beer. It is a dill pickle Xmas Goza. So 4.7%, 3.58 pH. First time I've seen pH.
They put the pH level on it to show how acidic or basic it is.
Yeah. Urban Artifact.
Out of
somewhere
south. That's in the dirty south. Is that New Orleans?
I think Urban Artifact is no,
that's Urban South.
Ohio.
Yeah. I'm thinking Urban South.
Cincinnati, if I can read that right. Yeah. So we'll give this a try.
Wait, is this the one you referenced last night about your sister giving you for Christmas or for your birthday?
My sister-in-law gave me several beers for Christmas, and this was one of them. So, it's obviously past Christmas, but hey. And so I have a backup beer because pickle beer is not necessarily my favorite. So I've got that here on standby just in case I need it.
So a backup. You didn't tell me we needed backup beers.
Well, I brought a pickle beer, so
you're going to try that, and your sister-in-law is going to find out potentially. Oh, they're in Miami. She ain't watching this.
If she's watching, if she watches it, she will find out. I don't think she will, but if she does, hey, Amanda, I appreciate the beer.
Doesn't care.
Thank you, and I'll give it a shot. If I don't like it, it happens. So, what do you got today?
I don't need a backup because I like this one. This is I sampled this almost a week ago they just released it at Circle and Square Brewery or Brewing Company here in Oxford, Mississippi. Fireside Chat. It's a winter ale. Yeah. Really good. I had it on draft, and while I was there, I liked it, so I picked up a 4-pack, and I've already had one of them. I posted that, and I had to crank up the fireplace since the bad weather came.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you got started.
Yeah, I'm popping it. So this is not a review like our normal reviews. We are just getting together for a beer. Andy snowed in.
day 4, I haven't been able to go anywhere. So, I mean, it's sleet, snow, and then freezing. And today it actually got above freezing since Sunday afternoon,
Okay.
but it drizzled and then we had some fog, and then now it's refreezing again.
All right.
So now we're getting freezing fog, and now the temperatures are not going to get above freezing after tonight through Monday, maybe.
And I was actually supposed to come to your neck of the woods this weekend, and
That's right.
I don't think it's
Exchange
gonna
beers.
happen. Exactly. All right, so I didn't spew on you. Huh?
I know. Well,
Not doing a review.
I'd say one of them didn't. Since we're not reviewing, they're not going to spew, I'm guessing.
Sure. Yeah.
So
all right. Well, wherever you are, Jay, we miss you. We hope to see you again soon.
Yes, we got a lot of beer to review, Jay. Hurry up.
We do. We do. We're thirsty. So, cheers to Jay. Cheers, mates.
Cheers to everybody. Watching. Anyone who's watching.
Nobody.
Why can't we see if somebody's watching?
I can see. Let's see a little eyeball up here in the corner. Tells me how many people are looking in on us. So we see you. We see you.
It's interesting. So, well, you go first on your beer. I'm going to look mine up. Initial impression.
It's not terrible. It's not, Pickle Monster fame here.
Because the Pickle Monster didn't have had the spice, which you don't like, right?
I don't like spice, and then it was overly pickle, and then we had another. Do we do 2 pickles?
Oh yeah, we did Sucker Punch, and I thought you liked Sucker Punch, didn't you?
No,
you
Sucker
didn't.
Punch
Jay was the one who kind of liked it.
I get the one of them. Sucker, and I think I provided Sucker Punch, but Sucker Punch was just like drinking pickle juice. This one is subdued. It's kind of like eating something that has pickle mixed into it, right? So if you think about eating a pickle versus eating, like, let's say, a deviled egg, that might have a little pickle in it, or I don't know what else has pickles in it. I don't know.
Are you getting chunks of pickle in there?
Oh, no chunks. Just, it's just not. It's not the overwhelming flavor you get, which is nice. I don't think I'll drink the whole thing. I'll put it that way.
So you're going to dump it. So you don't like it. If you're not going to drink the whole thing, it means you don't like it. You can admit to your sister-in-law that
I don't
thank you. It was the thought that counts.
It was, yeah. And she gave me a 6-pack, and she gave me a 6-pack for my birthday and one for Christmas. So I can't remember which when I received this one, but hey, the other 5 beers were great. So other 11 beers.
So what unfortunate family members who come to visit are going to get that one?
Well, this is the only one I've got. So
I thought you said, was it a mix 6?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said a 6-pack of the pickle beer. I'm like, that was an ambitious gift.
Yeah. So cue the backup.
Already?
Yeah.
So do you even detect beer in the pickle beer there?
I mean, it tastes to me like a light pickle juice. Like if you had to say, hey, I'm going to drink pickle juice, that would be Sucker Punch. If you're going to go with like the Michelob Ultra of pickle juice or the watered down version of pickle juice, that's what this tastes like. Like I could drink it if I really wanted to, and I just really don't. So,
and it's they call it a Christmas pickle.
Yeah, Xmas pickle, exactly. So
Ben, if you didn't know, the X in Xmas means Christmas. You say Christmas.
I know. Well, if they put Xmas, I want to put it up there. I mean, I like the can art. Can art's actually pretty. Yeah, you don't know me. I've never seen.
I guess it's since it's got a little. It looks like a church, a congregation to worship. I'm guessing you can call it Christmas pickle.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking more so like the Germans put a pickle on their Christmas, like or Christmas tree. They have a pickle ornament, right? I mean, you go to.
I don't know.
You go to Epcot and you go to the pavilion there. There's a Christmas store. They have a whole tree full of pickles.
A Christmas pickle?
Yeah.
Why is there not this character with like a Santa hat, a pickle with a
That's
Santa
what
hat
I'm
hopping
wondering.
around?
I think that's where they went wrong.
The legend of the Christmas pickle from Germany. Is this where we're going with the review?
I don't know where we're going. This is the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some things we could talk about tonight. Where's my papers? I can,
Yeah. So you went to so Guinness is your fallback?
It is. Yes.
Cheers. Has the pickle taste influenced your Guinness taste?
No, I'm good. Good.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So Fireside.
Yes. Well, it's interesting.
For some reason, you haven't shared any Circle and Square beer yet with the group.
You're right. I haven't. I'm keeping it to myself, just like you never shared Key City with me.
Yeah. And I shan't be doing that for
evidently.
same reason.
So guess you're gonna have to get it to supply to the group for review. So the reason I said is interesting. So when you think of a winter ale, what type of elements come to mind?
Winter ale specifically, typically
a general winter ale,
just something dark, something heavy, something maybe spicy.
Yes,
that's where I go with it. Yeah,
that's what I think. So I was kind of going through some. This is what's the source? Beer and Brewing. So when you think winter ales, like you said, a little spice, darker. This one has got some roasted bitterness to it. It reminds me more of a stout or a porter. It's good. It's just not what I was expecting. You expect like maybe a little nutmeg or clover, a little orange spice, something like that. When you think of winter ales. So a holiday ale, Christmas ale, those kind of all, no ginger in it, not a lot of sugar. It doesn't taste too sweet. It's more of that type of roasted bitterness, not a hot bitterness to it, but it's really good.
Spice at all though? Like no spice, cinnamon?
Not much, nothing. I get nothing of that. But I don't know what they put in it because they're such a small brewery, so new. They haven't put a lot into descriptions on all their beers, especially the new ones. So they might get to it later if they produce it more, bring it back. So.
Yeah, I think we've said before. I mean, I know 3 guys that could kind of help with that, right? If you want to provide some beer, we can come up with some.
You're talking specifically to Circle and Square Brewing Company.
Yeah, any brewer out there that needs help with the descriptions of their beer, we're happy to lend our services.
Yeah,
I would say.
So it just says darker malts, which I agree. This is pretty dark. But I like it. I will drink it again.
Well, we'll have to get that one for a formal review here, maybe at some point. Do you know? Did they do that one? I know they haven't been around long. Do they do that in some sort of? Is it seasonal? Yeah, I would assume so.
If you're going to call something winter ale, I doubt you're going to give it in the summer.
Yeah, especially in Mississippi. Right?
Sorry, Ben. I just didn't want to make it that obvious, but I mean, somebody had to say it.
Yeah. Hey, there's the AC or the heat.
The heat, yes. You can hear that? I can't hear it very well.
Just,
when I watched the replay last night, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, we had 2 views of the video from last night. Apparently, one of them was you, one of them was me.
Well, I had one viewing while we were live, and then I watched it again today. While I was doing nothing because I can't go to work, and because it was misting outside and there's nowhere to go where I am. Yeah, I'm too far out of town to walk.
So the question is, how are you doing on beer? That's non-show beer. Are you pretty well stocked, or?
I looked at the forecast. My last day in town, and I made plans to make sure I had enough food and drink to last me. And I actually felt we were going to be at least out through Wednesday, but forecast
through yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're out tomorrow too. So, which is kind of fun, in a sense. I'm used to working, so I don't know, since I can't go do stuff. The yard's covered in snow and ice. Can't do stuff out in the yard. There's only so much I can do in the house. I've researched a lot of beer, watched a lot of Seinfeld and The Office, and growing. I'm trying to catch up to you on the beard. I never grow beard, so this is six days of no shave. I'm catching up to you.
Are you at the itchy stage yet? Because that's the worst.
Is it itching? Is it going to itch? When does that come? I don't know. I never grow it this far out.
Yeah. So first question of the night, because we're going to have a couple questions here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and you may have already kind of mentioned this, but like, what's your favorite snowed-in activity to do? I mean, you mentioned it. You can't really work. You're kind of a busybody, if I may say. I mean,
I am a busybody, and this is odd. Yeah. I'm used to doing the odds and ends around the house, but I've kind of done a lot of that.
Yeah.
And so drinking. I mean, like we mentioned yesterday, I was like, I'm bored.
I mean, that's obvious, right?
Let's put some alcohol in this coffee. All right. What's breakfast? I've got some orange juice. Let's put some alcohol in this orange juice.
Yeah.
This afternoon, like I was texting you, I was bored. I was like, I've had this bottle of wine in this cabinet, and I've had it for a while. I'm going to open that up and have some cheese and crackers while I research some more beer,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I love that you're texting me at like 2 PM going, hey, I'm ready to drink. Let's do another live stream. Well, I'm working, right? Because I've still got stuff to do. And you're just like, hey, I hadn't worked all week.
I can't work from home.
Sure. I mean, pros and cons. The pros of working from home for me outweigh the cons of having to work on a snow day. But I mean, for me, it's here. I'm 2 hours south of you, so this was a normal day. Everybody's been working the last 2 days, so we only really Tuesday would have been the one day. So, But anyway. I obviously drinking, I think, is the obvious answer, right? I think read a book is mine, right? Of course, just up against the fire, read a book. It's the best thing ever. I'm kidding. I don't read.
You don't read. I'm like, you ain't reading.
No, I think being snowed in, since we don't get it that often, it's really just playing in the snow with the kids. They love it so much. So,
how much did y'all actually get down there? Again, we want to preface this. Ben's a little over 2 hours south of where I am.
Yeah, we got enough sleet to make the road slick for a day. So the kids did get out. And again, I'm working. They got out with some neighbors. Definitely appreciate those neighbors that will take your kids and bring their kids into it. And hey, you're supposed to ask the questions live on the thing. You're not supposed to type them into the chat.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But anyway, kids went with some neighborhood kids, and they went and found a hill and went down. So they really enjoyed that. So, but yes, favorite beard oil. If I'm going to answer that, if I didn't know that, you sprung a question on me, right? Let's show this here. My favorite beard oil is actually from Fable. There's a Fable beard oil company. They've got a lot of different scents.
Got to write that down because
yeah,
I'm eventually going to need beard oil. If I'm
you're going to. I mean, you need it sooner rather than later. You need to go and order it. But Fable Beard Company, they have the Wizard is probably my favorite. They've got a lot of like fairy tale type names of beard oils. The Troll is a good one. The Marksman's another good one. So yeah,
Troll.
And Captain Crimson, I think is the name. It's like a beach. Yeah. So I probably got.
Wait, it smells like the beach.
Yeah, like a coconut. Yeah. So I probably got like 18 bottles of beard oil. Right.
18 bottles of beard oil.
Yeah, they have a really good. I mean, this is not really an advertisement for these guys, but they do a good job. They have a lot of options, and it's kind of like when you have beer, you want to try them all, right? You want to know what they smell like, to some degree. So I've gotten a bunch of them, and I typically get them when they have like a buy one get one, because these things are like tiny bottles. I mean, they're not big.
Okay, so how long will it last you?
They're like $18 a bottle, which is ridiculous. but the bottle it'll last me. It'll last me a while. You know, I mean, it's a couple drops. You know, and
just rub it in.
This
Now,
is what people want to know in a beer.
this is the more important question. If anybody actually saw from yesterday, well, actually, it was ever. What is George's favorite beard oil? Is George going to make an appearance? George was rubbing
I got the door closed.
Beard. Oh, come on. You got to bring George on.
I don't know. He might.
I would not have agreed to come on had and then George was not going to make an appearance.
Well, we should ask first. No, he doesn't really care. But the interesting thing is, my wife will go, I can tell George has been rubbing up against you because he smells like you. He smells like beard oil. Yeah, exactly. The beach. I feel. Yeah. So, anyway,
she's like, "What's that smell? George? What are you wearing?"
Yeah. So if you're out there right now, you're watching. Hey, we appreciate that. Andy and I are having a beer because Andy snowed in, and just decided to have a good time and chat. Hope you enjoy this. If you have any comments, leave them. We'll definitely show those and whatnot. So and of course we're still trying to figure out this whole platform here. But Andy, next question.
Sir. Okay. You want me to type up a question for you?
No.
First beer ever.
First beer ever. What was the first beer you ever had?
I was so young.
I don't want you to incriminate yourself. Okay, we don't have to talk about how old you were.
They're gonna take me to jail because I was like junior high or something. I don't know. Whatever. I was at the house. Maybe a Bud Light, Coors Light. I did not dare. Well, there was never good beer at our house, so let me just preface that. It was liquor and old wine.
So was this something
It's going to be a macro light beer, probably.
You pulled out of your fridge at home when your parents were away, kind of thing? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then had some friends over. I mean, but that may not have been my first beer, but we took it and we sipped it and walked around the neighborhood. And then I remember we were so paranoid, like one of us even like took our sleeves and wiped down the can and threw it in somebody's yard. Just you're stupid paranoid kids, And that was probably junior high, but that's the first beer I can think of.
Yeah.
That reaches back. What about you? First beer ever?
My first beer was in the Grove as a freshman in college. It was a Bud Light.
Interesting.
Yep. And a friend of, I guess, the girl I was dating at the time, her dad was like, "You want a beer?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so he gave me a Bud Light. And I was paranoid at the time because it was in a can. And he didn't hand me a cup. He just handed me a can. And if you remember, the Grove was, get in big trouble back then for having a beer can. So I drank it as fast as I could. Not eaten. So I felt the full effect of a Bud Light. It's the only time I've ever had probably the full effect of a
and you got to preface this. You were at freshman in college, like what, $1.30, $1.35, something like that.
Something like that. Real skinny.
You were tall and slender.
Yeah. 6'1", 135 roughly when I went to college as a freshman. So
look what he did to you now. That started with a beer. It's like, oh, okay, I think I'll just do beer.
Yeah, beer and bar food has not served me well over the years. So, but that was the first beer I had. So, I can't imagine drinking a Bud Light today. We haven't reviewed that one, but it's been a while since I've had one.
Macro Monday, yeah.
Maybe.
So prior alcohol experience before that?
Little to none.
So if that was your first beer, what was your prior alcohol experience?
I think I remember mixing a Snapple and like some rum or some vodka when my parents were out of town one time. and when I was like
Yeah.
a senior in high school.
We
And,
mixed anything and everything, and
Yeah.
whatever you could get your hands on. It was like Gatorade and alcohol. Yeah, let's do it. Wait,
Yeah.
but you had mentioned on a previous show about doing Zima and Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
So
I was in college though.
oh my god,
Yeah.
that's high school
Gosh.
stuff. That's what your college shenanigans.
Yeah.
That's high school stuff.
It's college. Yeah. That was probably my either freshman or sophomore year of college at that point.
Zima, gosh, we were somewhere in high school at a bayou and took down a 6-pack of that and just made you spent the day out there on made me ill.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there was probably like one time that ever happened that I had a Zima with a Jolly Rancher. That was probably only one. And then, because it was just kind of the cool thing to do then. And then I may have had Zima one or two other times, but yeah, it was not anything I ever really liked. So
you never had like, the rites of passage in high school, like Boone's Farms, Mad Dog.
No.
Did you do Mad Dog in college?
No, I don't think I've ever had Mad Dog at all.
What about wine coolers?
Yeah, gosh, it takes me back now that you say that. My first alcohol experience was probably like 8th grade. I went to the beach, and I went with a buddy, and his dad took us to the store and said, "Hey, y'all can buy some wine coolers." He limited us to 2 a day, and I think one day we might have snuck 3. Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that you say wine coolers, Bartles and James.
Bartles and James. That's about to say. Was it the Bartles and James?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So that was yeah. Wow. And then, but yeah, after that, like high school, I didn't. The friends that I hung out with, that was not anything we ever did. So.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Just one other
thing. I guess living next to Sodom, on the border of Sodom and Gomorrah, where I grew up,
Louisiana.
We could cross the river and get into bars at 15 years old.
And then of course I come to college and I meet you and the others, and here I am.
No pressure. No, yeah. You're running the show.
doing a lame beer show for YouTube. This is what it has gotten me.
The Boone's Farm was like 8th into 9th grade, I think. I remember going to a homecoming. Somebody's older sister procured it, something like that. And then after that, bourbon and cokes, or else whatever. I really didn't start doing beer till came to school, because older brother was like, "Yeah, you're probably going to want to learn to drink beer because it's cheaper and easier to get up, when you get to school than trying to do, bourbon and coke."
Yeah, pulling your money between your buddies and getting a fifth of something.
Yeah. So no more pooling up here, because somebody's going to take the rest, and they're not going to even it out.
Exactly. Yep. All right, you ready for the next question?
Oh,
we decided.
Whoa. My question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Here we go. Oh, sorry.
I don't have a banner for that though. You don't have to type it in. Just what is it?
No, I've got to type it in. Okay, so Ben's question. Here we go.
We try to come a little bit.
I know there's a bunch of people. I know there's a bunch of people wondering about this.
Yeah. Did you type it in? Am I waiting for this to pop up? What?
It's a delay.
Okay.
Because I'm going through YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to put it right on here. Where is it not showing?
No, I don't see it.
Oh, I see. Maybe I should hit the send button. I thought I hit the send button.
I might think, and maybe people are actually commenting here. What's that spot on the wall over here? Right there. Yes, that's the big question of the night. So this actually used to be, it's an office now in our house. It used to be a nursery. It used to be where my youngest child slept, and we had a camera, and it was right there attached to that. and it is no longer there. And I've yet to remove that because it's going to leave holes in the wall. So I just have left that up there.
So
The pub shed's coming along.
So you could have a camera there filming you, filming yourself.
Right now, well, these are the old Amazon cameras. They discontinued them, so they're basically trash now. They don't even work. It's ridiculous. So thanks a lot, Amazon. But yeah, no, soon. If you haven't heard, pub shed's coming along. I'm doing a pub shed in my backyard, and that's coming along. And I'll be filming from out there in the future. Hopefully, hopefully I can bring it all together.
On Discord, you would know this.
It's a perfect time to mention Discord. I need to get a button that I can push and it show the Discord thing. I don't have that.
Wait, you've got that whole thing of buttons that you.
I do have a whole thing of buttons. If you ever are interested in a button machine, Stream Deck makes a really great one. They don't pay us for this, but man, this is the best purchase of 2023 for me. I love the thing. I use it all the time.
And you press all the right buttons too.
I do. So yeah, spot on the wall. Answered. Done.
So your turn for a question.
So we tried to come a little more prepared last night. We just kind of shot from the hip. We thought we'd talk about some stuff. We missed Jay. Obviously, we're not doing beer review. And like I said, we probably won't do a live stream once Andy actually goes back to work because Andy goes to bed at like 6 p.m. So, Andy, and this is for both of us to answer, not just for you.
Oh, okay.
What is your favorite style of beer? Tough one, I know. So hard.
Well, it's not just the style of beer. It's anytime anyone asks me favorite, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that?
It's just not even including beer. It's like anything.
Anything.
What's your favorite college sports team? I mean, that's just tough, right?
That's an easy one. True. But I don't know. It's the way
what's your favorite lame beer review show on YouTube?
Yeah. Well. So the way my mind works is if I have to choose a favorite, that makes me think that's all I get to drink for the rest of my life. So you can't just pin it down to one. So not just that, just anything. It's like, then it's like, if this is your favorite. So somebody catches wind of that, then that's all they're going to give you. It's like, no. I like a variety of things. I want to, depends on my mood.
Sure.
Anyway.
You're on a desert island.
Beer.
You're changes. Only allowed one solid
beer. Yeah. The desert island one. It's like, if I'm going to be stuck on a desert island, what is it I want to be stuck with? And if I could only...
Desert island's a bad option because it's a beach. It's hot. It's that.
Let's say
that's not a good one.
75 degrees.
You're stuck in a moderate climate.
Yeah,
for the rest of your life.
We're in temperate zone. How about that? Yes. It's not tropical. It's temperate.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh gosh, and it has evolved actually. Years ago, I would have said more stouts, porters, but as my, I don't know, my arsenal, my inventory, my portfolio, as my untapped has increased, you wouldn't catch me drinking many West Coast IPAs, but I'll drink them now, and I appreciate them. I like them, but I'd have to go for a hazy IPA. But I don't always feel like a hazy IPA. That's why it's like I don't have a favorite. I know what I don't want is pickle beers, so definitely not a pickle beer. But favorite, man, that's tough. So sorry, I really can't answer that.
You're not going to answer. Wow.
I'm not. It's not because I can't pin it down to one.
The people watching want to know.
The person could care less.
I don't really.
Or it's not going to ruin their night. So I'm sorry, Ben.
Wow.
I have no favorite because I like too much, and some maybe I like more. Like I like amazing sours more than a pumpkin beer. I can tell you that's low on the list, and I know we got one coming up.
I didn't say worst beer. Your least favorite beers.
Yeah. So I can just start taken some out of the contention, but
Yeah.
you know, I like a good brown ale. Good, I like good reds. You know.
All right. Let me rephrase it a
Sorry.
different way. Okay. Let me approach it a little bit differently. You go to the beer store, right? You go to the bottle shop. You're allowed to get one beer, and you're not going to play along with this either. You're allowed to get one beer based on style. What would you get?
Based on style, one beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever's new,
You
probably.
walk in and everything's you've never had it, and they say, "Hey, you can pick one beer, but you got to tell us what style you're going to pick first before you go look at the list of the beers."
Before I go, one style.
You can't even see what the beers are.
Depending on the night. You know, it's like
go see.
you know, tonight I'm
Lame.
in for lame. Yeah, I'm lame. Don't take me to the beer store saying I can only.
Oh, I'm not going to.
Predetermined beer selection. I gotta see what they got.
Fine.
Don't pin me down.
I'm gonna go with since I'm actually going to answer the question. I'm gonna go with I'm going to go with stouts. Stouts are, you know, if I have to have one style, you know, for the rest of my life, I like a good stout. I don't really, you know, I mean, obviously I like them better when it's cold and by the fire, etc. But I like them all the time. So, and it's unfortunately for us, it's a style we get very little of here in the South. There's a stout season and we get more of them, or they're more prevalent, you know, in the colder months. But I don't know, other than Guinness, we don't really get a whole lot of them that are available, you know, and Guinness is even kind of light stout. But yeah, I just like a darker stout. I like my coffee the same way. I like the dark coffee, the dark roast. So stout, yeah, that's the way to do it. See, was that so hard? That was easy.
That's not easy for me.
Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah, because when we reviewed that smoke beer, that Roush beer, I'd be like, this is amazing. I want this all the time. But then, you know, we've done some great bourbon barrel smoke with all these other things in it, you know, or the throwing yams. It's a style is amazing. But, you know, there's so many good beers. I can't say this style is my favorite. Give this to me all the time.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make conversation here. You know,
well,
it is a live show. It's a live show. So, all right. So, no work for you tomorrow, jerk.
Sorry.
No doing anything over the weekend, I guess, because again, I'm not heading up there.
Yeah, this they have essentially asked not to drive along the northern third of the interstates. You know, Department of Transportation said pretty much from Grenada north to the county, you know, to the state line to Tennessee. Interestingly enough, with this weather, we saw today that the state of Tennessee has closed all school districts for the first time in history. The entire state's school districts were all closed because the system started, you know, it went from west to east, and that's a very horizontal state. And even places in the mountains, you know, I mean, they're used to snow and icy weather. This was just a really bad system that got cold and stayed cold. And you know, people in the north, we handle this all the time. It's like, yeah, but y'all budget to this. So our mayor posted today, it's like, we're in a town, you know, with 28,000 people living in the city, you know, paying taxes and all. You can't budget for a weather system like this for the ice or for the salt and the rocks and slag and all that, and the machinery every few years that this would happen. It just doesn't make sense. And even with our town, that we have more than most any other in the state, you know, because we have a really good tax revenue.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't have snow tires here because you don't need snow tires. So when people, oh, you don't know how to drive, it's like, yeah, because we don't have to deal with it, and we don't have the money in the budget to deal with it. So lay off.
We'll just have to deal with it like 10 days every 5 years.
Yeah.
So, I guess my question, and thank you that, how is the attic? What's the temperature in the attic? Are you comfortable?
I am comfortable. It's we've mentioned it on some posts. The insulation, spray foam insulation, which was when we did this house, it was new to me because you're used to the pink fiberglass stuff that you lay on the floor of your attic. There's none of that in the attic. And I was like, are you sure? We're just going to lose the heat. So what it does is this is a lot more efficient in trapping in the cool or the heat, the temperature. So this is very comparable to downstairs, the temperature. So it might be a degree or two cooler, but I'm fine. I've got just one layer on.
So far we have now pimped spray foam insulation.
Yeah.
We have pimped the stream deck here on this show. There was one other thing that
beard oil.
Yeah. So, I mean, how we don't have sponsors after this live show, I don't know.
You hear that? It's about to get warmer.
Oh, wow. I do hear that kicking in. Yeah.
Fireside chat.
There you go. Fireside chat and your warm HVAC. All right. The last question that I actually have queued up, and I have a feeling you're not going to answer that yet. It sounds like you're about to get engulfed in flames going into the furnace. It's kind of loud.
Should I bring this right here and talk like this?
You should. Probably not. No. All right. I'm going to say then along the same lines, favorite beer. And I'll answer first. I'm going to go ahead and answer it. Let you think about it for a second. It's not Guinness, actually.
Oh, really?
My absolutely favorite beer I've ever had is a sour. And dang, if the name didn't just escape me. Dark Swan, Lagunitas, is my favorite beer to sit and enjoy. It is one that we had a bottle shop open here pre-COVID, and it's kind of the first. I don't want to say it's the first bottle shop, but it's the first one I kind of went to in the area. Where you can go and you can pick up one bottle of this, one bottle of that, and you can make your own 6-pack kind of thing. And this has been a few years back. But I got a Dark Swan and drank it. Thought, man, this is amazing. Went back a couple days later and they had like 2 left, so I got both of them and enjoyed those and kept going back looking for them. They didn't have them. I walked in one day. I happened to be over there by the store at lunchtime and was basically saying that that they had a bunch of them. I walked in. I said, "Hey, do y'all have any?" The comment is making me laugh here. Thanks a lot, Son of Thunder. Do you have any of this beer? And they said, we've got some. I said, I'll take them all. And they said, well, don't you want to know how many we have first? I was like, okay, how many do you have? And they were like, we've got 4 6-packs. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take all of this. So yeah, that is my absolute favorite beer, Dark Swan, Lagunitas. They do it. It's not a every year kind of beer. I think they do it every couple of years. We don't really ever see it down here anymore. I've seen it a couple other times where I could buy it online, but of course we can't ship to Mississippi. So, yeah.
That's interesting because you've done the same thing with
Boddington's, yes.
Boddington's, yeah.
I've gone to we've had it at our local grocery store, Kroger, and I would buy every single one that they had so that they would keep getting it. And yeah, when at some point I ended up with it's a 4-pack. I think I had upwards of 60 plus in my fridge at one point. because I would just go there and like I stop at Kroger on a random Tuesday. I go get, they've got 4 of them. I go get those and buy all those. And the next, I might go on Friday and they've got 3 more. I go get I just every time get them.
Before we get to my favorite beer, should we address the?
I mean,
question?
You're going to have to answer this. Thunder. Is it better to freeze your beer in Georgia or Bermuda?
So it's a reference to grass. And initially, I would say I don't think it matters the type of grass to freeze in, because you're going to have the cold, ice or snow on top. I think they would both freeze the same, and you wouldn't be able to see the beer or see the grass. But if I had to pick one, it's Zoysia all the way. I mean, the blades tend to be longer, more vertically aligned, just more appealing. Your beer looks better when photographed in a nice green Zoysia anyway.
So is it safe to say that Zoysia is your favorite grass? Can you say that?
No, because I have not experienced all the grasses that there are. So I can't say it's my favorite because I haven't. It's my most preferred as of what I know now.
All right. Well, Son of Thunder, we definitely appreciate the questions. We appreciate the comments. We know who you are.
Watching. Yes,
we know who you are. Yes, we appreciate it. Hope you're doing well.
Why did you spell sun that way too? That's why I'm confused. Yeah. Was the other version taken?
Yeah. Hope you're doing well, Son of Thunder. Thanks for watching.
Or does Thunder's, his life revolves around you. So, favorite beer.
You're not going to answer this one, are you?
I don't know, man. I can't. Like, one of my most highly rated beers is definitely going to be Parish Brewing. I can say they're one of my most favored breweries.
We hadn't gotten to that yet. So
that's another question.
Sorry
to jump ahead.
Might say
but I would say, and I've only had it once, but the Brain Cake, when we reviewed it, I thought that personally, I liked Brain Cake more than Ghost in the Machine. I mean, not to say I didn't like Ghost in the Machine. I thought it was great. So, but their Pinot Noir and Blackcurrant, the Sips, is just, that's one I could drink a lot of and not be upset about. So, yeah. Favorite style? No, we already did style. The actual favorite beer. I've been chasing a beer ever since I was spent time over in in Europe, like Czech Republic and like in Prague and down in Austria, in Vienna, called Edelweiss as a wit beer, and they don't sell it in the States. Everywhere I go, if I travel, I look when I'm in a beer store, like Total Wine, nobody sells it. And I look to see who distributes it, imports it, and just keep coming up empty. So that's, and you know what? That was so many years ago. I mean, we're talking 2008, 2009 when I had it, and I've been chasing it ever since. My tastes have changed, so I could drink it again and be like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. It was probably the best beer you ever had then, but
at that point, I was like, "This is amazing beer. This is great."
Yeah. The attic is taking off, folks.
Yeah, now it's coming from that way. One unit over there.
Yeah,
we got a lot of house to acclimate.
Yeah. All right, Son of Thunder, Side Hustle Channel. You probably could make big bucks making Thunder and Rain videos. Do you see the kind of views those things get? I mean, it's insane. And Landmass was the best from Parish.
So, Son of Thunder is referencing our review of Welcome to the Landmass. And I agree. That was a great one. That was a sour, Berliner Weiss
right?
style, I believe. Yeah, it was kind of like an orange creamsicle. It was great that it could be a breakfast beer, or a morning beer, because we like to normalize morning beers, and that's good. You can have it on the beach. Or any body of water outside, outdoors in the warm weather. But I mean, that's at any time on here. It's a limited release from the. They did it again this year, or in 2023. So,
I think what Son of Thunder is specifically referring to there is our review of Landmass. He's saying that that was our best review potentially. So,
to even have a good.
If you're out there watching, well, we got a best one, whether it's good or not. There is a best one. So yeah. So thanks, Son of Thunder. Appreciate that. That's at least the way I'm gonna interpret that at this point. So yeah.
Have you more questions? Oh, you're about to be out. I guess it's off to the pickle beer.
Yeah, I got double fisted here, I guess. Do I have any more really? No, those were the 3 questions I had. I should have known you weren't going to really answer a couple of
them. You should have known.
Should have known. So
I can just list you what beers I won't be drinking.
I mean, if we do another live stream, if you have another snowed in time that we're going to do this again, I do find this fun though. To take us aside here, I think it's fun for us to share beer, chat about random stuff. We're so, I guess, structured in the way we do our beer reviews. We've got that other guy with us. It's kind of fun to sit here and have a beer. No, I wish Jay was here chatting with us too.
You need to save these questions for Jay, because Jay gets around. Let's just say that, and he drinks a lot of beer from a lot of different places. I'm curious to see what he travels so much for his job. So,
yep. Son of Thunder is throwing a question out there. Most overrated beer in 2023. Overrated in what sense? I mean, I'm always going to think that Hop Slam is a little bit overrated.
You're getting personal now. You're getting personal. Is that because it's an IPA?
It's because it's an IPA. I also know Son of Thunder likes it. Specifically. So yes, obviously we know Son of Thunder fairly well, but no, I mean, Hop Slam was one of those beers that everybody's like, you gotta have. And specifically within our group of friends, right? I mean, and Son of Thunder fits within that. And yes, how dare you? How dare I? But I had it, and it's just not my thing. So I mean, it's okay, but it's like any time. I mean, Son of Thunder, when somebody hops up the next great movie, right? I mean, and it's not so good.
Or TV show series.
No, Band of Brothers is amazing. You should hang up from this call and go watch it immediately.
I still cannot believe you do it. I still won't watch it.
You were texting today that you were watching reruns of Seinfeld. I'm like, go watch
the greatest show of all time. Yeah,
I don't disagree. That's the greatest sitcom. Go watch Band of Brothers. Watch one episode. You're like
watched a portion of it when it first aired. Really,
my wife will watch 12 episodes of The Office, but she won't sit down and watch one movie. It's like you could have watched 4 movies.
Because The Office came on right after Seinfeld. The hours of Seinfeld.
Years.
The hours of Office.
Years.
How's that pickle beer?
Not good. All right. How you doing on your beer? You done?
Cursing it. Yeah, I was just hanging in there with you.
No, you weren't, sir.
Well, you also had some pickle beer, so we're about there on the even.
Yeah. All right, I don't have any more questions. So
Send it.
send it. Just end it.
I'm about out, and it's a long way down the stairs to get another beer and come back up.
Yeah, I don't want to drink another. I don't want to drink that pickle beer. I'm sorry. All right, Son of Thunder. We definitely appreciate the questions, the back and forth. Hope you were doing well, sir. Anybody else that's watched this, we hope you're good. Appreciate you checking it out. We've
Don't be
had
so
fun
shy next time. Yeah.
chatting about random stuff, and who knows when we will do it again, but we might. Cheers, Andy in the attic.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. I don't really want to drink this.
Bottoms up.
Your Son of Thunder texting you in it.